The camera opens with a slow zoom on me scrolling through my phone, eyes widening as each headline flashes across the screen. There's soft background music building tension, a low hum that makes you feel like something big is about to drop. I glance at the camera, set my phone down, and take a deep breath before speaking. Okay, y'all, just when we thought basketball-wise had finally calmed down, Doug Christie walked in and set the internet on fire. And I'm not talking about a little matchstick kind of fire. No, this was an explosion so big that social media is still choking on the smoke. At the center of it all, none other than Malaysia Pargo, Doug Christie, and Jackie herself. And before you think this is just another round of reality TV rumors, Jackie came armed. She came with footage, screenshots, voice notes, flight records, the whole nine. If the FBI ever needs a consultant for reality TV crimes, she's their woman. To understand why this is shaking the tables so hard, you need the backstory. Jackie and Doug Christie weren't just another basketball-wise couple. They were the example. Married for over 20 years, they built their public image around loyalty and love. Doug traveled with Jackie to every city during his NBA days so they wouldn't have to spend a single night apart. Fans respected that. It was rare. While other reality TV marriages came with scandals and rumors, Jackie and Doug seemed untouchable. And Jackie herself loved to remind everyone, nobody can take my man. It wasn't just a statement, it was part of her brand. Malaysia Pargo, on the other hand, had been around for years and was more than just another cast member. She and Jackie weren't casual acquaintances. They called each other sisters. They traveled together, had inside jokes, ordered the same drinks without even asking, and sat side by side in group scenes like they were glued at the hip. Their friendship felt genuine, not made for TV. But now, with the benefit of hindsight, fans have started to rewatch old episodes and spot the cracks that were hiding in plain sight. One of the first red flags, that infamous birthday dinner for Doug. Everyone was laughing, having a vid time, but Malaysia laughed a little too hard at one of Doug's famously dry jokes. This wasn't a polite giggle. This was the full lean in, touch his arm, throw your head back kind of laugh. And if you watch closely, you'll see Jackie's smile falter for just a second as she glances at them mid-toast. Then there was that awkward moment at the Season 8 reunion when Jackie leaned in for a hug and Malaysia pulled back with, "Girl, I'm not messing up my makeup today." It didn't feel playful. It felt like a quiet rejection. And then, in 2020, Malaysia went live on Instagram and casually dropped, "If I ever wanted a husband, I'd pick someone like Doug." At the time, people brushed it off. Now, different story entirely. And then came the video. Not grainy, Bigfoot in the woods footage. No, this was crystal clear, paparazzi-grade clarity. Doug stepping out of a sleek black SUV. Malaysia already there, pacing with her phone to her ear like she's mid-conversation, but she doesn't look surprised to see him. In fact, she looks like she's waiting. They meet, they hug, and not the kind of quick, church-friendly hug you get a friend. His hand lingers low on her back for just a beat too long. Then he leans in and kisses her cheek. The whole thing lasts maybe 6 seconds, but the internet went into full detective mode. People matched Doug's outfit to a podcast appearance he did the same day. They matched Malaysia's hoodie to a selfie she posted 2 days later. Someone even cross-referenced traffic camera footage from the street near that parking lot. And here's the twist, that meeting happened exactly 2 weeks before Jackie and Doug's secret vow renewal ceremony. Jackie found out in the most brutal way possible. She was in the middle of a photo shoot for her boutique's spring collection, laughing and joking with her team, when one of the makeup artists froze while scrolling on their phone. They looked up at Jackie, hesitated, and finally said, "You need to see this." They handed her the phone, and after just a few seconds of watching that video, Jackie went silent. She looked again, as if her mind couldn't process it. And then she collapsed. People on set thought she was having a stroke or heart attack. Paramedics were called. She was rushed to Cedars-Sinai, where doctors diagnosed her with emotional distress. Her blood pressure had spiked dangerously high. And here's the thing, Jackie wasn't even angry at first. She was in shock. Because this wasn't just about a cheating husband. It was about betrayal from both sides. From the man she'd built a life with, and from a woman she'd considered family. Once Jackie's team got involved, the whole situation unraveled fast. They found hotel receipts from Las Vegas in 2019, booked under Doug's cousin's name, but paid with Doug's business card. Malaysia just happened to be in Vegas that same weekend, and an old Instagram story showed her in a room with gold-trimmed curtains. a curtain pattern that only existed in 2 hotels in Nevada, one of them being the exact hotel Doug checked into. Then there was the property in Henderson, Nevada, registered under a random LLC. No names, just paperwork jargon, but internet sleuths linked it to Malaysia's Glam Squad, who used to tag that neighborhood in their behind-the-scenes posts. It turned out Doug and Malaysia had been maintaining a private getaway spot away from the cameras and away from Jackie for years. From 2019 to 2024, the paper trail was undeniable. Flights booked to the same destinations on the same weekends. Room service champagne bottles in Malaysia's birthday posts that matched Doug's receipts down to the brand. Shoes seen in Malaysia's mirror selfies that Doug wore on a reunion shoot the next day. Internet detectives were matching everything. Even fingernail polish shades. This wasn't a quick fling. This was a full-blown relationship running parallel to Jackie's marriage for half a decade. At this point, people started asking the obvious question: how could this have been happening for so long without VH1 knowing? Some fans believe the network not only knew but actively covered it up. Allegedly, editors were told to cut Malaysia out of certain group shots. Some trailers were pulled at the last minute, especially ones where Doug had been mic'd and talking to people off camera. And there's one particularly suspicious example. In the Season 10 trailer, there was a clip of Malaysia walking out of a hotel lobby. That scene never made it to the final cut. And then there's Malaysia's contract. According to people familiar with production, it had a morality clause stating that relationships with other cast members' spouses were strictly off limits. If this affair turns out to be true, and the evidence is overwhelming, Malaysia could be in breach of contract. That could mean lawsuits, lost income, and a ban from future VH1 projects. When Jackie finally decided to speak publicly, she didn't just walk into an interview empty-handed. She showed up carrying a locked silver briefcase like she was about to expose state secrets. Inside, emails, time-stamped hotel records, printed screenshots, voice notes, and even a burner phone used for anonymous messages between Doug and Malaysia. The most chilling piece of evidence was a voicemail from Doug saying, "Just hang in there. She's weak right now." He was talking about Jackie, and the way Jackie told it, she didn't yell, she didn't cry. She simply looked into the camera and said, "Now you understand why I was quiet." But just when you thought the story had hit its peak, Jackie dropped the final bombshell. Malaysia had been pregnant with Doug's child. They had even picked a name, Trip Cries Pargo. It was a gut punch for fans because this wasn't just casual cheating. This was a relationship that had progressed to the point of planning a family. Tragically, the pregnancy ended early. But while Jackie was still in the hospital recovering from the emotional toll, Malaysia filed to trademark Jackie's brand name for herself. That wasn't just personal betrayal, it was an attempt to take over her business identity. In the aftermath, Malaysia vanished from social media. She deleted all her accounts, went silent, and was only spotted once, boarding a private jet with her hoodie pulled low and sunglasses on. Doug, meanwhile, seemed completely unbothered, smiling and chatting at the barbershop like nothing had happened. Jackie was far from done. She filed a $25 million civil lawsuit against both of them, stating that she wanted accountability both in court and in the public eye. Her daughter Chantel called it a betrayal of biblical proportions, saying that Malaysia was never truly family and that Doug had sold his soul cheap. There were even side scandals connected to all this. A GoFundMe allegedly started for Jackie's granddaughter's expenses was supposedly mishandled. The money didn't go where it was intended. Jackie admitted she hadn't asked for it and wasn't involved, but the timing of those whispers made it feel like yet another attempt to cloud her public image while she was vulnerable. But here's the part of the story that flips the script entirely. Jackie didn't stay down. She signed a deal for a limited docuseries called Unwritten, The Jackie Christie Files, documenting not just the scandal, but her personal healing journey. She partnered with a mental health app to share her story and help others who've experienced betrayal. The outpouring of support was massive, from fans, celebrities, and even former castmates. During a solo reunion episode, Jackie made it clear she wasn't defining herself by the scandal. "There's no scandal here," she said, "just a new beginning." And she meant it. The final post she made on Instagram after all of this said it all. "You don't get closure, you take it." Fans are firmly in Jackie's corner. One comment read, "Malaysia was plotting on Jackie's life the whole time. That's not just betrayal, that's evil." Another added, "Doug had the whole world fooled." All that perfect husband talk was just PR. Jackie deserves so much better. So now I'm turning it over to you. Do you think Malaysia crossed the ultimate line with the pregnancy and brand name move? Should Doug face legal consequences for his role in all this? Let's talk about it in the comments below.